Take her away, baby.
Oh, I'll take it away. What up? Welcome back to Boxscore Boomers. We got another week of pretty awesome college football. It's really heating up. You know, I got a summary page now where I'm kind of tracking repeat customers and all that, but I'm not ready to break into that. But I am starting to see a nice pattern. So kind of try to branch out, try to find some new names. Went a little young this week. I've been avoiding the younger players. But they're really showing out right now. Really, if I'm a sophomore and I'm about to be something in the college world, then about halfway through your sophomore year, you need to start heating up if you're trying to get that attention, be that junior going to declare, no diploma, just NFL draft. That's what's up. I'm like, I'll go back and finish, Mom. I promise, right? So what's up? I'm a college dropout. I should have mentioned that.
Same.
But it's all good. So let's start out with the running back position. We have Chaz Mellusi, and he is out of Wisconsin. He is actually a junior, so forget everything I just said. They were just playing Iowa. This 5'11", 204-pound running back put up 27 carries for 149 yards and a touchdown. So that's not like super booming, but there wasn't a lot of top 25 Power 5 guys this week, so I put him in there for fun. But anyway, Chase Brown out of Illinois is a sophomore, so that's a younger guy, and he had a pretty big game. He had 33 carries for 223 yards and a touchdown. He's a 5'11", 205 sophomore. I'm not going to get super detailed on these younger guys, but here we go. Chris Smith is a Ragin' Cajun.
Ooh.
So we've heard about Ragin' Cajuns around here. He is the newest iteration, and he is a sophomore. He's 5'9", 194, a little smaller, but 24 carries, 238 yards, and 2 touchdowns against Arkansas State, which is kind of a team that's been giving up some boomer stat lines. So we'll keep an eye on the Cajuns. They're on our radar. But let's see. Deuce Vaughn. Can we talk about Deuce Vaughn?
How many touchdowns he got?
He had 3 touchdowns. And that is the boomer stat because the rest of it isn't really eye-popping, but it is for us, local Kansans here trying to have something to be happy about. I mean, that KU game was pretty fucking crazy, though, man.
Up until
it wasn't
6 minutes.
Well, did you see that play where it all turned around?
Uh-uh.
Oh, my God. So it was like a 4th down, and Kennedy Brooks hit the line, and nothing was happening. And Caleb Williams went and ripped the ball out of his hands and skirted around for the first down. And if they hadn't, and it was at the 50. So if they hadn't got that first down, KU would have had the lead and the ball at the 50 late in the game. It would have been over. He ripped the ball out of his hands. Was like, this is my game now. You know what I mean? We're in Lawrence. No, we ain't about to take an L. So anyway, but Duece, the junior, 6'5", 185. He put up 52 rushing.
6'5"?
5'6". I'm trying to blow him up because he's huge in our minds. That's why I need AJ around, straighten me out. But he did have 7 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown, which is why he made the list. That's a pretty good passing game work for a running back. So did you watch any of that K-State game?
Yeah, I watched. I was watching the Gamecast, so I wasn't watching the action. I was watching the live plays.
Gotcha. Yeah, those Gamecasts are interesting. Don't really compare with live action.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's what
Especially-
we're relegated to. We all got people in our lives that got to slice out a piece of time for them, especially when Sundays are off limits, Just X out Sundays on the calendar when NFL
man.
comes around. So.
It's the worst in the NFL when you're anticipating, like you're like, oh, what's about to happen? Then you get like a sleeper notification.
Oh,
you're
dude.
like, ah.
I just turn it off. I just turn it off.
Yeah. You're watching
Plus,
illegal. Hey, here's a pro tip. You're watching an illegal stream. Turn off the notifications.
Right. So, is this a drunk league mate, or did Mike Evans just score his 5th touchdown today? I want to find out with my eyes, not my reading eyes, my watching eyes. Oh man. So Devin Achane out of Texas A&M. He is a sophomore, 5'9", 185. He put up 154 yards and a touchdown. He's had a pretty steady season, though, so I put him on the list here. But, yeah, what's up? Let's see. Tyler Allgeier is BYU sophomore. He's 5'11", 220, so that's pretty thick.
Size.
Yeah, man, he's pretty good. He had 191 and 2 touchdowns on 32 carries. So
Not the first time I heard you bring up his name.
I know, man. And that was against Washington State. But yeah, I don't know how classes work though, because this guy's a 4th-year sophomore. So what the fuck? What is that? I don't know. Hey, how many red shirts does this dude have in his closet?
Taysom Hill's what?
Hey,
a
dude.
2-year vet.
That guy's on a mission. So that's a whole different story. But I'm going to just go ahead and bridge this thing together right now. Everybody knows I've been talking about Syracuse a little bit. So what happened in this game, I cannot explain, but I will tell it to you as I have encountered it on my adventure. So we have a freshman. His name is Sean Tucker for Syracuse. He had a pretty good game. This dude's 5'10", and 210, 5'10", 210. And he had 20 carries for 112 yards and a touchdown against Virginia Tech. And 112 yards isn't that much. But his quarterback, Garrett Shrader, who we have mentioned, has got a wicked beard in certain photos, but not all photos. This quarterback is a sophomore, and he threw for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns against Virginia Tech, but he rushed for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns. And so you think, oh man, like he is the running game, but no, his running back had 112 yards as well. So these two guys represent 286 yards and 4 touchdowns in this game.
Insane.
So kind of a blowout. But the reason I bring all this up is that Sean Tucker is actually the rushing leader for the year, right?
Really?
And his quarterback's putting up these 150, like multiple 150 rush yard games. And Sean Tucker has over 100 yards against Clemson, Wake Forest, Florida State.
I'm going to go ahead and star this name.
Yeah, and he's a freshman, man. So, like,
What?
those 2025 draft picks that you keep getting offered for, to Josh Palmer or whatever, like, maybe think about what they might really be.
He's not going to pull an Etienne, man. He's out of there junior year, bro.
That's true. Yeah, Syracuse. I've never been to New York. I don't know. But I'll just stick now that I made that transition over to the quarterback realm. We got Tanner Mordecai. That is a name we have heard before. The SMU junior is 6'2", 211, if you care about quarterback size. He threw for 427 yards and then 3 touchdowns against Tulane. He's first in touchdowns with 29 and 8th in yards, so he's pretty good at football. He's good. He's football. But Sam Hartman of Wake Forest is a sophomore, 6'1", 208. Take it or leave it. He had a 458-yard, 5-touchdown game against Army. So he's young, sophomore, but I'm gonna remember that. Wake Forest is 7-0 right now.
Ooh.
Or well, I guess 7-0. That's correct. And I think they're like 13th ranked. So he's leading that team in a big way right now. And then the last quarterback I'll mention is Carson Strong out of Nevada. I don't wonder if he's from Carson City. Carson Strong. He's a junior, 6'4", 215, and he had 476 yards and 4 touchdowns, 1 interception against Fresno State, who is a team that's given up some box score boomers. But he's 5th in yards this season as a quarterback, so that's something to keep an eye on. You know, these are the guys that you might not know that get drafted in the NFL draft, and you're like, who the fuck is Carson Strong?
Hey, that's why we do Boxscore Boomers, man.
Exactly, but he's putting up good yards. He's a consistent player, and he's going to draw the attention.
How'd that tight end do, though?
Oh man, I didn't go that deep. That's Cole Turner. So that was his first. Yeah, that's his first game with more than double digits. I should look that up. AJ, why don't you? Cole Turner, never heard of him.
Oh, so, I heard of him because I watch Boxscore Boomers.
I love it, man. So we do have a tight end this week. I didn't have one, but now we got one. But if you really want to know how Nevada did, Romeo Doubs was a senior, still is, 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver for Nevada, and he had 203 of those yards with 1 touchdown. So that's pretty impressive. Well, I'll tell you that Romeo Doubs has had he's had 1,000-yard season last year, so he's a pretty serious dude. Semi-serious, but not as serious. I assume we're still waiting on Cole Turner stats here.
Yeah, I thought he would pop up as the most notable Cole Turner from Nevada, but I was mistaken.
It's cool. I'll just talk about my boy Drake London, USC junior, 6'5", 210. This guy had 15 catches for 175 yards. And this was like an interesting game. I watched quite a bit of it. They were playing against Notre Dame. And USC didn't have much except for London. And ironically, like he had these 15 catches, and it was like halfway through the fourth quarter, and all the announcers could talk about was how that tied the record for the most catches against Notre Dame. And like, he's got to beat it, right? And then like the whole last 10 minutes, he didn't get another catch.
Aww.
And I was like, well, you know, Drake London is still like the number 1 wide receiver in college football. So straight up.
Yeah. I mean,
but he ain't no Cole Turner, man.
Hey, man, let me hit you with Cole Turner right now. Last week, 8 receptions, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
And current update, Nevada is playing UNLV in the third quarter. Right now, Romeo Doubs, 4 receptions, 58 yards, and a touchdown. Cole Turner, 4 receptions, 24 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice, dude. Doesn't get any fresher than that. Hell yeah, man. Well, if we're going to talk about wide receivers, we got to keep rolling. I got to get my guy, Cedric Tillman, in the house. Now, you may know Cedric Tillman's name because he is a Tennessee Volunteer. He is a junior, and he is 6'3", 215 pounds. Well, he took over for Josh Palmer, apparently, and is doing Josh Palmer things because he put up 152 yards on 7 catches against Alabama.
Ooh!
And got a touchdown while doing all that. So there you go. I know you love them Vols.
I already know my 3rd-round draft pick next year.
Yeah, man.
Wait, what year is he?
He's a junior.
Ooh.
We love our Tennessee volunteers around here.
Yes, we do.
Shout out to Alvin Kamara.
Cordero Patterson.
That's true. I don't know how far. Dustin Colquitt.
T. Martin.
Britton Colquitt.
T. Martin?
T. Martin. And
who's the Ravens receiver coach? Quarterback coach?
Mm-hmm.
T. Martin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Peyton Manning, right? Is that?
He was all right.
All right, whatever. All right, okay, let's see. Last but not least, we have Jaquarii Roberson. Jaquarii Roberson. Damn it, man. I got to learn to read. I don't know. He's a Wake Forest player. He is a 6'1" junior, weighs 182 pounds. And if you heard me mention his quarterback, Sam Hartman, earlier, you can assume that he had a pretty big role in that success. He had 8 catches for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns against Army. So, you know, this was a 70-point game for Wake Forest. But Roberson, I'm going to call him Roberson. It's coming off back-to-back 135-yard games going into this. And he's a big reason why Wake Forest is undefeated. So keep an eye out for him, man. It's good stuff happening all over the world. And these guys want you to be a part of it. And as promised, I have one more player, right? Malik Williams out of App State is a senior, 5'10", 185 pounds, and he had 206 yards and a touchdown on 10 catches. And, you know, this guy isn't that consistent. He's a senior. I never know what to say too much about the seniors, you know. If you're going to pop, you're going to pop, you know. Some guys go back for their senior year, but it's a big deal, and, like, you know who they are, and it's weird that they did it. Or, you know, it's not like, oh, yeah, that Malik Williams, App State senior, that's 5'10", 185, you know. But he had a great game, so shout out to him, man, for doing, you know, much better than me on a Saturday. So that's it, though. That's the Boxscore Boomers, you guys. I'm going to tighten it up one of these days. I'm going to get you updates for everybody, including Cole Turner. And you know what I mean? Go USC, Drake London, do your thing. Let's get some Ohio State guys on here. I know you guys are doing the thing. Travion Henderson, I haven't heard from you in a while. So let's do it, man. Let's fire it up. Thanks for watching. Like I said, Rough Draft Research affiliate, the Box Score has been booming.